What is something that sounds safe but actually isn't?
Dryer lint. Clear your dryer vents, people.
Going in a car without a headrest on your seat. It's not just a pillow for comfort. What's the consequence of not? Whiplash.
You'll get one anyway, but at least your neck will not snap all the way back, because the headrest is stopping you from doing so.
Safes. They will bloody well crunch your fingers if you're not careful.
You're telling me safes isn't safe? The safe is safe, but your fingers aren't.
Cleaning a cat's litter box with bleach. Don't mix ammonia and bleach. You'll be committing a war crime.
I did this by accident once. Didn't realize the cleaning spray I was using had bleach in it. The litter box started smoking and I was like, that's weird. Then a second later I realized what I did and threw the box outside while holding my breath. Felt like an idiot.
Leaving the house.
It's a dangerous business, Frodo, going out your front door.
If I'm honest, fair rides, you'd think it'd be safe. It's surrounded by a lot of people, so if anything were to happen, help would be there straight away, and there's all these safety precautions, but the amount of things that have gone wrong way too often is scary. Edit. Yeah, with these replies, I most definitely don't see myself going one in the future again. However, tell me more stories, I wanna know, you're all so interesting.
I worked with a guy who will never get on those rides. He said he was in high school mechanics and also took a college mechanics course. He said every project the class ever did, there were always some parts left over that had been forgotten. Just think how many times those rides are taken down and back up.
Permanent rides are much safer than fair rides. Much better maintenance and construction.
Farming. Everyone thinks about bucolic pastures, pretty red barns and cute little critters running around. But farming is the 6th most dangerous occupation in the United States. Higher than law enforcement, firefighters, power line workers and iron workers. Most of farming deaths involve accidents with machinery. But grain storage deaths are high as well. If a farmer falls into, say, a bin of canola, he sinks to the bottom and suffocates fairly quickly, as well as the unfortunate ones that fall into pig manure pits and drown in liquid shit. Farm animals also kill a lot of farmers too, because a 180 pounds man doesn't have good odds going up against a 1,200 pounds cow. Plus the fact that no one talks about is the mental health related deaths. Farming is incredibly stressful and suicide deaths in the farming community is rising steadily.
Four-wheelers. So many injuries and deaths from people who don't respect what they can do and just how easy they are to topple.
My cousin actually just died from this. He was 11 and four-wheeling by himself and it toppled and trapped him in a little bit of water and he drowned. I didn't know him that well. But fuck dying like that. Holy shit, dude. My condolences. Driving. Seriously. A news story near me lately shook me. Even though I know it's not the first time this has happened. But a driver swerved into oncoming traffic and got into a head-on accident. There was only one guy in either car. But they both died. It makes me sick that you can do everything right while driving and easily get killed by someone else at any time.
Using a dull knife rather than a sharp one?
Really like this one. It sounds so safe. Well, it's not sharp so it won't cut as easily. But it's so dangerous because you have to press harder and have way less control.
The cuts with a dull knife are also quite terrible. Half crush wound, half cut wound.
Don't put your feet up on the dashboard of a car when you're riding in the front seat. It doesn't matter if you're wearing a seat belt. Your kneecaps are gonna go through your skull if you get in an accident. I used to do it all the time when I was younger. Now I want to scream every time I see it.
Even if your knees miss your head, your femurs and hips will be more or less irreparable. Injuries incompatible with life.
Walking up or down stairs. Broke both my ankles tripping down the last 3 steps 2 weeks ago. Doctors were confused as to how I did both. No ride here. Trip. Pain. Headbutt the radiator. The safety dance. But don't let me dissuade you. You can dance if you want to.
You can also leave your friends behind. But if they don't dance, and if they don't dance, they ain't no friends of mine. Flushable wipes. They can actually clump together into big balls that clog your drain or worse cause issues for the town's plumbing way down the line.
We had a lift station cleaned out. In the bottom of a 30 silo there was a cake made of wipes, tampons, and condoms. This cake was so dense that a person could stand on it. This was obstructing the pumps at the bottom of the silos which, in a worst-case scenario, would overflow into the adjacent river. Stop flushing stupid stuff down the fucking toilet.